Did you know that 154 million cans and bottles of Pepsi are sold daily worldwide? That's a whopping 56 billion Pepsi drinks guzzled down annually. But Pepsi isn't just about quenching your thirst, it's way more than that. It's a business powerhouse that extends far beyond its iconic soda. Surprising, no? But what's the real story behind the fizz? In this video, we will reveal the amazing world of PepsiCo, the company behind the iconic blue and red logo. We will get into the secrets of Pepsi's business empire and see how it became what it is today. So stick around until the end so you don't miss any surprises about this giant business, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's rewind the clock back to late 19th century when cola wars were yet to bubble up. It all started in the sleepy little town of New Bern, North Carolina, where a young pharmacist named Caleb Bradham had a hunch. He concocted a syrupy elixir of carbonated water, sugar, vanilla, oils, and a secret ingredient that gave it that zesty kick, pepsin. Bradham believed that this new beverage would help folks with digestion, hence the name Pepsi. Bradham's Pepsi quickly became the local thirst quencher of choice, giving that other cola a run for its money. Legend has it that Bradham's entrepreneurial spirit even had him renaming his drink from Brad's Drink to the more catchy Pepsi Cola in 1898. Pepsi Cola was initially successful, and Bradham opened a factory to produce the drink. However, the company struggled financially during World War I. In 1923, Pepsi Cola went bankrupt. In 1931, the Pepsi Cola Company was revived by Charles Guth. Guth introduced a new 12-ounce bottle of Pepsi Cola that was priced at 5 cents, which was half the price of a bottle of Coca-Cola. It made Pepsi Cola more affordable for customers, and the company began to gain market share. Pepsi Cola was marketed to U.S. troops during World War II to boost morale. The company also expanded its international operations during the war. It cleverly crafted a patriotic image with its Bigger Drink, Better Taste campaign, resonating with American values while quenching the nation's thirst. Fast forward to the 1960s, Pepsi Cola added Diet Pepsi and Mountain Dew to its lineup of soft drinks. Pepsi Cola Company and Frito-Lay Incorporated joined in 1965 to form what is now known simply as PepsiCo Incorporated. PepsiCo was established in 1982 with its headquarters in Manhattan, New York, and incorporated under the General Corporation Law of the state of Delaware. In 1986, PepsiCo was reincorporated in North Carolina, and in 1970, the company's headquarters moved to its current location in Purchase, New York. The 70s were an era where disco was groovy, bell-bottoms were hip, and the cola wars were in full swing. Pepsi introduced the game changer, the Pepsi Challenge. It was a blind taste test that dared customers to pick their favorite cola. The result? More often than not, they chose Pepsi over its red-canned rival. The campaign was a knockout punch in the battle for cola supremacy and catapulted Pepsi to new heights. Between the late 1970s and the mid-1990s, PepsiCo decided to stretch its legs beyond the world of packaged food and beverages. In 1997, PepsiCo had an epiphany. They realized that it was time to say goodbye to these non-core business ventures. They decided to sell some and spin off others into a new company called Tricon Global Restaurants. And you know what? Tricon Global Restaurants later became the behemoth we all know as Yum! Brands Incorporated. But before discussing the big acquisitions, let's rewind a bit. Back then, PepsiCo had its hands in some pretty diverse pies. They owned Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and KFC. They were in the fast food game, serving up pizzas, tacos, and fried chicken to the masses. It was like having a buffet of brands under their belt. They also dabbled in the burger business with Hot 'n Now, satisfied Italian cravings with East Side Mario's, and even had a sandwich affair with D'Angelo's sandwich shops. And just when you thought they were done, they went south of the border with Chevy Fresh Mix and into the pizza world with California Pizza Kitchen. It's safe to say they were cooking up quite a storm. They even tested spirits with Stolichnaya, courtesy of a licensed agreement. And if that wasn't enough, they played some sports too, owning Wilson's Sporting Goods. They were also into the moving business with North American Van Lines. Yep, PepsiCo was quite the jack of all trades. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. After bidding adieu to their non-core ventures in 1997, PepsiCo shifted gears. They went on a shopping spree of sorts, making some eye-popping acquisitions. They scooped up Tropicana products in 1998, making them the big players in the orange juice game. Then in 2001, they had a massive merger with Quaker Oats Company. This brought into their fold Gatorade, the sports drink champion, and other Quaker Oats brands like Chewy granola bars and Aunt Jemima. Talk about a power move. They didn't stop there. In 2009, they dropped a cool $7 billion to acquire Pepsi Bottling Group and Pepsi Americas, forming the Pepsi Beverages Company. It was a bit like buying the whole farm. Then, in 2011, PepsiCo decided to conquer new territories. They grabbed a two-thirds stake in Wim Bill Dan Foods, a Russian food company that dealt in milk, yogurt, fruit juices, and dairy products. It wasn't just about cola anymore. They wanted a slice of the global food pie. They even tried their hand in the dairy game in the U.S. with Muller Quaker Dairy, a joint venture with the Theo Muller Group. However, that venture didn't quite stand the test of time and was dissolved in 2015. You win some, you lose some, right? Now fast forward to recent times. In 2018, PepsiCo made some health-conscious moves. They gobbled up Bear Foods, a fruit and veggie snack maker. They also decided to plunge into tech by quarter-owning Almaty, a tech and computer service company. But the real kicker came in 2018 when they acquired SodaStream, the home carbonation machine company. It was part of a grand slam to shift towards offering healthier products. Bubbles, anyone? And just when you thought they were done, in 2020 they made a colossal acquisition by grabbing Rockstar Energy for a whopping $3.85 billion. It's like they were trying to corner the energy drink market. In 2021, PepsiCo had another ace up its sleeve. They announced plans to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2040, taking a bold step to fight global warming. It's a reminder that they're not just about profits, but also about the planet. In 2021, PepsiCo took a step back from its juice game by selling a majority stake in Tropicana and other North American juice brands to a French private equity firm for $3.3 billion. They wanted to focus more on their healthy snack food business. It's all about making smart moves in the business world, right? And as if they weren't buzzing enough, in 2022, PepsiCo got a $550 million stake in Celsius, the energy drink maker. It's like they're keeping their finger on the pulse of the beverage industry. When we talk about Pepsi's biggest competition back in the day, it's impossible not to mention the legendary rival with the Coca-Cola Company. This battle for cola supremacy was nothing short of epic. In December 2005, PepsiCo achieved a remarkable feat by surpassing the Coca-Cola Company in market value for the first time in 12 years of fierce competition. It was a bit like David slaying Goliath. However, the Coca-Cola Company still held the upper hand when it came to market share in carbonated soft drink sales within the U.S. in 2009. But PepsiCo had a secret weapon up its sleeve. They weren't just about cola. They had diversified their product base. They ventured into the broader realm of foods, snacks, and beverages. It was a bit like spreading their bets in a high-stakes game. By the late 2000s, PepsiCo's reliance on carbonated soft drinks had dwindled, with beverages accounting for less than 50% of their total revenue. The primary non-carbonated brands like Gatorade and Tropicana gave them a different kind of edge. Now, when it came to snacks, PepsiCo was a heavyweight. Their Frito-Lay and Quaker Oats brands commanded a significant chunk of the U.S. snack food market, gobbling up around 93% of snack food sales in 2009. But they also had their share of competition in the snack food arena. Kraft Foods, now Mondelez International, was a worthy adversary, holding 11% of the U.S. snack market share in the same year. It was like a showdown between snack titans. And let's not forget the other contenders in the soda arena. RC Cola, Keurig Dr. Pepper, and several independent regional brands were always in the ring vying for a sip of the carbonated glory. PepsiCo's product mix in 2023 includes a variety of foods and beverages. They focus more on food, making up 53% of their global revenue, while beverages account for the remaining 47%. Within this mix, PepsiCo offers hundreds of brands that collectively generated approximately $108 billion in retail sales annually back in 2009. Some of their most famous brands, each raking in over $1 billion in sales yearly, include Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Lay's, Gatorade, Tropicana, and many more. These products cover a wide range of tastes, from refreshing beverages to savory snacks. With 22 brands hitting the $1 billion mark, PepsiCo has a diverse product lineup that caters to a broad audience worldwide. Pepsi's journey to becoming a global brand has been paved with diverse marketing strategies and campaigns that have left a lasting impact. They've strategically identified their target audience, which spans from teenagers to adults, based on preferences and lifestyles. Pepsi has also pinpointed vital locations such as malls, airports, and universities to effectively engage with their audience. Pepsi has employed various campaign approaches to reach different demographics like millennials and Generation Z. From digital campaigns to TV commercials and radio ads, they've left no stone unturned. Content marketing has been a powerful tool in their arsenal, with videos, blog posts, and webinars creating meaningful connections with their audience. Celebrity partnerships with icons like Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, and Beyoncé have significantly bolstered Pepsi's visibility and market influence. These collaborations have expanded the brand's reach considerably. Beyond celebrity endorsements, Pepsi has also solidified its presence by sponsoring major sporting events such as the NBA and the UEFA Champions League. Social media platforms have become a pivotal tool in Pepsi's marketing arsenal. They have crafted engaging content, including videos and blog posts, to resonate with their target demographic. Successful campaigns like Say It with Pepsi generated millions of interactions across Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Pepsi's collaboration with the China Women's Development Foundation during Chinese New Year underscores the brand's commitment to family values and cultural relevance. Initiatives like the Bring Home Happiness campaign highlight Pepsi's social responsibility. Partnerships with renowned brands like Burger King and KFC have also resulted in innovative promotional campaigns, further solidifying Pepsi's presence in the market. In the 1970s, Pepsi introduced a game-changing market strategy called the Pepsi Challenge. This blind taste test challenged customers to differentiate between Pepsi and its chief rival, Coca-Cola. The result often showed that more people preferred the taste of Pepsi over Coke, leading to the famous tagline, "More people prefer Pepsi over Coke." One of the most iconic ad campaigns of the 1980s featured pop sensation Michael Jackson. The Pepsi Generation campaign reached its zenith with Michael Jackson's memorable commercials and the introduction of the Pepsi Moonwalk contest. In the 2000s, they moved beyond traditional television advertising to embrace digital and interactive marketing. Pepsi launched the Pepsi iTunes campaign, offering free music downloads with product purchases. Pepsi launched the Pepsi iTunes campaign, offering free music downloads with product purchases. In 2012, Pepsi announced a groundbreaking partnership with global superstar Beyoncé. This $50 million deal involved traditional advertising and significant collaboration on creative projects, including Beyoncé's halftime performance at Super Bowl 57. This decade saw PepsiCo further diversifying its product portfolio to address health-conscious concerns. The Live for Now campaign featured both traditional Pepsi and healthier beverage options, aligning with evolving customer preferences. The current decade has witnessed PepsiCo's increased emphasis on purpose-driven marketing. The Pepsi Stronger Together campaign, launched in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, focused on unity and community support. As of September 2023, Pepsi's net worth is around $247.5 billion, seemingly growing with every passing day. It was just around $81 billion back in 2009. See how big the difference is? PepsiCo's future looks bright. The company is well-positioned to capitalize on several trends driving growth in the food and beverage industry. It invests in developing new, healthy, and convenient products, such as its line of Pepsi Max drinks and Quaker Oats products. It is using technology to personalize its products and marketing campaigns. For example, the company uses artificial intelligence to create personalized consumer recommendations. It is also expanding its e-commerce operations to reach customers online. PepsiCo is also committed to sustainability. The company has set a goal of reducing its greenhouse gas emissions by 40% by 2030. Overall, PepsiCo is a company that's bigger than you think, and it's only getting bigger and bigger day by day. Did you know all these things before? If not, give us a thumbs up for adding to your knowledge bucket, and don't forget to subscribe. See ya!